So I don't know about you, but I kind of go on a binge and watch EDC videos, what's in my camera bag videos, what's in my tech bag videos, what's in my everyday carry bag videos. I got some downtime. I'm in my workspace, so why not show you what my everyday carry work bag looks like. Which, by the way, I don't like this bag. Long story short, I figured I wanted to do another one because a lot of the gear has changed since the last one I did, as well as a lot of other things have changed, let alone the gear. But I did go back to this bag. Normally, I would either rotate between this one, or I have a Vertex bag as well that I'll put a camera cube in. But I've just pack-ratted so much gear and shit that now I move back to the bigger, heavier bag of stuff that I barely use. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, to start out, I'm rolling with the Lowepro Fastpack BP250 AW2. I don't like it. It's a little, the profile of it, you know, even on camera, I mean, there it does look pretty bulky. But I don't even have this thing completely packed out, and it's just a little too large for my everyday carry bag, but it gets the job done. So this is a little impromptu, and we're just gonna go ahead and roll right on into it. We'll start with the outside pockets, and then we'll move to the inside on the camera side of things. So to start out, you have this little pocket up here. Generally, I just keep the stuff that I just need quickly in here, which most of it's out right now because I am working. But aside from that, I just keep a little bottle of cologne because, you know, trucker life. Extra mask, and not too much goes into that one. As far as the side goes, for the laptop, I am running the brand new Lenovo 13S Gen 3. This one has the Ryzen 7 in it, 16 gigs of RAM. I'm going to do an independent video on this as well. I think Lenovo has products that aren't so great for some of the prices they want, but I also think Lenovo gets slept on. I've been a big Lenovo fan for a long time. The laptop I used for video editing and whatnot before this was actually a gaming PC, the L340, which I thought would have been the better move considering graphics card and whatnot that was in it. And it did okay for video editing because I don't do nothing crazy, and most of my stuff's in 1080 anyways. But it's still, on longer stuff with a few more layers, it struggled a little bit. And then most of the stuff I ran was always Intel, this being AMD, my first AMD as far as this goes for video editing and the little things I do on it. Doesn't miss a beat. So I got this on a sale, brand new, it just came out. I don't even know too many people that have talked about it. Everyone always reviews the Gen 2, so I'm going to review the Gen 3 here at some point. But it's been pretty solid all around. I have nothing to complain, and I've had it now for about 3 months. So we'll see how she does down the line. Next up is another new purchase, which is the, and don't mind the filthy screen, I know I was just using it, like I said, impromptu video. But the iPad mini. Next up is the iPad mini. This has been one of my favorite new purchases and tools, along with the Apple Pencil and a wonderfully cheap faux leather case from Amazon. The iPad mini has been awesome. I have used an iPad in the past. My most recent tablet was the Galaxy S7 Plus, and you know, I kind of was using it to replace a laptop, and it just wasn't the case for me. I didn't utilize that tablet, and hence why I didn't even go with the iPad Pro, because I wanted a tablet to be a tablet. The idea of writing and using this for notes, I actually use way more than I thought I would have. Obviously, the main purpose of this that I use it for is occasional GPS usage while driving. I do some log stuff on here. But for the most part, it's media consumption. And this is something I can like take in with me at any restaurant and not just look overly awkward. So, new edition, had this for about a month. Got this with a carrier service, so it does have data on it. And I've been loving it. So iPad mini for sure, especially with the M1 chip in it. If I wanted to do some quick edits on here, I have not messed around with doing any Photoshop on here. I have it downloaded, but that's going to be the next thing I tackle with this. But iPad mini for sure. a must-have for me. Moving on from there, we'll go with the top pouch, which is just a giant sack to catch all. I could make a joke and I'm not going to. So, in the top compartment, not a whole lot in here. I have my little, per se, tech pouch. And in here, we do have some goodies. So, on this top one here, I just got a portable charger, a couple power bricks, and then my cables, lightning, USB Type-C. And then on the back side here, I have my Samsung T7 SSD, and then my Anker Usbc Hub, which I love. I've had this for a long time. Full-size SD, micro SD reader, USB-C, USB-C PD, USB-A ports, 3.0. I don't think the 3.1 on here. Again, I don't do nothing crazy, so fully spec'd out items don't really apply to me. And I tend to go for a little bit more of the budget-friendlier side of things. But aside from that, this is all the things I will ever need. All in a nice little convenient, like, $12 Amazon pouch. Got that one done. What do we got next? Next up, another new purchase, like I said. A lot of this gear has changed, and I've tried other things, moved on, didn't work for me, or I just didn't like them. But these are new Sony. I sure hope the model number's on here, because I ain't got a clue. It's not the 1000s like everyone else has. I got these actually on a deal through Best Buy, and I think these are 9-somethings. Well, bear with me. We have the WH-XB910N noise canceling headphones. They do what they're supposed to do. I don't need no crazy noise canceling. I've got these now mainly for editing. I did use some old earbuds. I've tried AirPods, and it just, while they work, I did want to try to do a little better. So I picked these bad boys up. Got these for, I think, like 65% off. Crazy ass deal. But so far, I've only used them like twice. I love them. They're great for traveling, because I do plan on doing a lot more traveling this year now that things have gotten less stupid. And between my timeshares and everything else, traveling is going to be a must. And these are going to be a must for that travel. So that's the headphones. Moving on. What else we got in here? I just got random things like a little notebook, a couple Sharpies. I have my secondary wallet in here that just has the cards I don't want to carry in my actual wallet. Backup glasses. And that's going to be about it for the top pouch. The last thing on the outside is I used to run the GorillaPod like everybody else, and that thing was just bulky, and honestly, I hated it. So, again, shout out to Best Buy. I got this little generic tripod knockoff of a Joby in a way. But a couple reasons why I picked this one and why I still haven't rocked with it is, one, the profile is far thinner. It is a lot lighter. I did put a Ulanzi ball head on top of it. It came with a plastic ball head. It just wasn't that good. This one just came with an extra cold shoe on the side in case I wanted to hook up my light or whatever that I'm using now. I did run my mic on here for a little bit, which I'll get to, but the modularity then definitely lacked. And then I put a quick release on top, and it's been great. I've had this now for like a year and a half that I've been using it, and it is, you know, flexible, and for as heavy as my camera setup is, this thing actually does pretty good. For like $9.99 at Best Buy, compared to what Joby wants for their stuff, I just feel this is far more slim, streamlined, and usable than the Joby. The only thing I will give props to on Joby compared to this is that if you do want to use the legs for their function in some crazy ass ways, I would trust it more than I would trust this latching it onto like a tree branch or, you know, a railing or something like that. But again, it's just a necessity. It's a tripod. It does what it's supposed to do. It works as a tripod, and in case you need to extend that arm out, it's a little extension. So now let's get into the meats and potatoes of the bag. I guess there is a pocket here, which normally houses my light, which I have a slim paneled little LED light. I have no idea the brand, but for the value of it, it's USB-C, full colorways, RGB. There's a little display screen in the back. Pretty much a knockoff, but does great, which I am using right now, so I can't show it. But in here I also have a couple extra quick detach plates and mounts. And that would be about it that goes in that pocket. Next up, let's run through. So I guess we'll talk about the camera that I can't show and the whole rig that I'm using. So I'm still running a Canon M6. I have the EFS 10-22 on there at 3.5. Does great for what I need it to. It does not have image stabilization, but with the digital in the camera, it does pretty well for me. Road video might go, and then the light panel I have mounted to the side of it, and that's pretty much the camera that you can't see right now that I'm filming on. To go with that, I also have a Peak Design camera strap. Everyone knows basically what they are. I did go with the thin, more affordable one for a camera strap since I don't use these all that much, but I do have to say, just, you know, the fit and finishes, the hardware on it, it is Peak Design. To get what you paid for. It is some quality stuff. I do like it. I don't know how this would be around my neck all day long. Probably not bad, but it probably would start to get a little uncomfortable, especially hanging. The lens I have on there is quite heavy. But speaking of lenses, we'll move on to those. So right now in here that I carry with me, just mainly as a backup, I have my kit lens from the Canon 15-45, and then I have a K&F Concept variable ND filter on the front of it as well. So I just kind of leave that set up as mainly now the backup lens. Served me fine, but I just felt like, I don't know if I had a bad kit lens, but I just, it never came out, no matter what I did, what settings I messed with. I even went to auto settings just to see, thought it was the camera for a while. It just, the image quality just really wasn't that great with this kit lens. And I know some people always talk about, you know, oh yeah, kit lens, they're garbage. I ended up buying, because it was cheap, the kit lens, the EFS kit lens. And while it wasn't wide enough to really vlog with, its image quality seemed to be a lot better than the M kit lens. But either way, I still carry it. Photo wise, it's not terrible. Video, it's, I don't know, don't like it. We'll move on. The other lens that I normally would be using for this type of filming, but considering we're in a small space and I can't push that camera very far from me, so we're using my wide angle, but I have the 22mm EFM lens, and this thing's awesome. I like it. For a pancake lens, as small as it is, as light as it is, the quality that it has in the image is great. Not great for vlogging. It searches a lot, and you can see that. So, and again, 22mm on a APS-C sensor, it's not really the best for vlogging. You can get it done, but this is more for macro and just normally these types of videos. But I'm in a situation where it's not really going to work that great, so we'll move on. Those and my 10-22 are the lenses that I roll with me. Looking to add some more. I want to get some Sigma stuff, but for now, that's the kit I have. I think before I get new lenses, I'm going to upgrade cameras. But moving on, we have my, per se, secondary camera rig setup, and that is my Gopro Hero8 with just the little plug-in. This mic was actually what I used to use on this main camera for a long time, because with the EOS M and the flip-up screen, I couldn't run it in the shoe. So I used to just run this, since it would mount on the side and be a nice small package. But its audio wasn't that great. So for the GoPro purposes, it'll be more than fine and a whole lot better than the, you know, inboard microphone setup on the Hero 8. Then I have it in a little Hartman plastic cage. I used to have on my old GoPro, I had the metal cage, and the back here would rattle all the time, and you would hear it in the videos, and it would just drive me insane. And the only reason why I didn't go with the media mod for this is because I already had the mic adapter and almost all the accessories and everything I want for this, so it just seemed pointless to spend another $80 or whatever it is when I had to spend no money. I bought the cage, I think it was like 12 bucks off Amazon, so I spent $12 rather than 80. So again, like I said, going for a little bit more budget route. Yes, this is far bulkier. I have a cable to tend with and whatnot, but most of the time this is either mounted on my headache rack, mounted on the side of the truck somewhere. I have multiple mounts. I am not going to go through. I actually have 2 cases in here of GoPro mounts, so they are actually standalone from my bag because I don't use this for much other than trucking related stuff. So that's the GoPro rig and that little setup. Moving on from there, mouse of choice that I carry with me, even though it is a quite enormous beast, is Logitech Mx Master. I have the 2S. Had it for a while. I like it. I have no reason to upgrade. I am not a professional by any means. This does basically the same things, if not all of them, I believe. I have it set up to run with DaVinci, and yeah, it's a mouse, and I like it. For even though as big as it is still pretty light. That's why I don't mind lugging this thing around with me. Back from there, we have my little SD card holder that my SD cards are falling out of. Go figure. Just cheap little one. Holds micros, regular SD, CFS, or CFast cards. Ugh. Can't talk. Nonetheless, SD cards have backups. Hold. From there, we have some other cables that I have not actually dealt with and put into my little tech pouch, but this is extra stuff for my mouse. I also have in here an extra ball head and a multi-tool. This is the Leatherman Wingman. Does everything I need it to do for backup for work purposes as well as camera gear stuff. That is it for that pouch. This pouch normally houses my microphone and then as well as a headlamp, because sometimes you just need a headlamp. So from there, we have my charger for the laptop. I have a couple spare batteries in here, which I have a battery charger at the house, and then I have a 2 battery charger that came with the newer batteries. Then I have a couple lens caps, body caps. Then I got my ND filters. This is for the 10 to 22, and then I also have, from whenever I ran the kit lens, I have a polarizer in here because I'm not going to open it, and then just a UV filter that I can run my cap with for storage purposes. Then I just got some other cleaning cloths, gear plugs, little duster that I'm breaking for lenses, and all that little miscellaneous stuff will live and hide in there. And then aside from that, I think if I forgot anything that's actually sitting around the truck right now, I think that's about it. That's pretty much everything I carry with me at all times, whether I'm home, going to work. I used to try running 2 bags, you know, a home bag with less stuff, and then this would be the work bag, but it's just not me. So, yeah, I think that's about going to sum up what's in my camera bag / tech bag / everyday carry bag. Yeah, let me know in the comments if my gear sucks or what you think of it. And like I said, not a super professional video, but I had time to kill and I've been wanting to make this, and I just can never seem to have the time to get it done, so I figured, screw it. I'm going to do my work bag that I carry with me every day at work, in my work vehicle, in my office, per se. Because this, let's face it, is my office. This is where I spend 90% of my time in my life. So, that's going to be the video. Hope you guys kind of liked it. Impromptu. There was no script to this. I've said that about 13 times now, but I just want to emphasize that randomness. But that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you want to see or not want to see ever again. If you don't want to ever see me posting on one of these videos, that's fine. Let me know in the comments. But until the next video, see you guys then.